Hello, we are going to try this. I don't know how it will go. Not storming tonight anyway, so that should be a plus. We are going to be working on making a journal, a small little journal. Hi, Carla. How are you? And let me get, live chat's up. Okay. So I'm going to make a journal. What are you doing tonight? Oh, I got, thanks, Dan. I forgot. I got to get my autofocus off or I'll be complaining about me. Hi, Miss Vic. Okay, go. There it is. Focus. Sorry. Now I can see chat. Watching me make a journal. Hi, Lauren. Lauren. If you haven't been to Pat Gatan's, go. Especially if you like beads, trims, embossing folders, or dies. They have their dies are like 11 cents. You buy 3 at half price and get 9 free. Same with their dies that they have left and their beads. It's crazy. Crazy. Yeah, I was shocked. I was there. What is today? Today's Thursday. I was there Tuesday and it was buy 3, get 6 free. And then I went back in yesterday to get a couple other things and it was buy 3, get 9 free. So, and I mean, they still had some nice beads and stuff left. So, okay, so this is an old, holy smokes is right. An old Cheez-It box that I took and cut down, and then I took the sanding block and sanded it to get some of the glossiness off of it so that my fabric would stick. But I'm trying to decide if this fabric, if you can see the red through there. It doesn't look like it online on my camera anyway. So we're going to cut this fabric out and we're going to make the cover out of this black and white fabric. And this is from a, I can't remember what it's called. From, got it at Joann's. I can't think of the names. So let me get a pencil here and my ruler. Disorganized chaos yet again. I'll use this one. And I'm just making myself a cut line here. Nothing too crazy. A bit of a guide of where I want to cut. And because I want it about an inch or so on each side. So I know we won't get this completely done tonight, but we can probably get at least halfway done. Hopefully my internet won't buffer too bad. Colored pencils work good for that. Never used one before, but it does. Okay. I'll just apologize in advance because I have the shakes tonight and I don't know why. I've had them all day. Hey, Jamie. How are you? I think I'm going to cover this with a paper on the inside though to give it a little more strength. Did your tabletops come? Yay. Okay, so all I'm going to do, I know a lot of people would use art glitter, or not art glitter glue, Fabri-Tac. I can't do the smell. So I am going to put this down with art glitter glue. Yay, Jamie! Bet you're walking on cloud nine. I'm just going to spread that out a little bit. Don't want to do too much with art glitter glue because it dries so fast. And it will hold the fabric down. Is Crystal like hers? Ooh, yeah, it'll hold it down so good I put it in the wrong spot. Let's try that on take number 2. Maybe I should change my channel to Kathy's Crazy World. Kathy's Crazy Crafts. Okay, let me try that again. Yay, I'm glad. So, Crystal be having fun. Her cast is off, and she's just all set to craft. Paint. Crazy World. I do live in a crazy world. You like that fabric? Or is it too busy? Give me y'all's opinions. I think black cardstock. It's gorgeous. Thank you, Lauren. Um, I think black cardstock will look good in the middle of this book. Hi, Laurel. How are you? I debated, Laurel. I was going to use this wherever I stuck it at. There it is. I was going to use the one that you sent me, but I decided I needed to hoard it a little longer. Hi, Rhonda. Okay, so now I need to cut. He's singing your song, Rhonda. Help me, Rhonda. It's my husband's thing. Every time I talk to Rhonda, he starts singing, "Help me, Rhonda. Help me, Rhonda." Okay, so I'm just going to cut these so that they. And again, excuse my shakiness. I don't know what's going on with me. Rhonda says, LOL, Dan. It says it's a catchy tune. Okay, so I'm just mitering the corners a little bit. Hi, Jackie. And then we'll glue those down. But the sad thing is, Rhonda, he sings it, and then I get it stuck in my head. And then people at work look at me like I'm crazy when I'm sitting there humming, "Help me, Rhonda." Okay. Do the short sides first. And now you can take this to the sewing machine and sew it after if you want to sew around the cover. after the art glitter glue sets up. But I don't think I'm going to on this one because the sewing machine's behind me, and then I'd just be having you all look at a blank paper, blank screen, or so this. You're not forgotten, Rhonda. Never, never, never. Okay. So this little journal, it's 3¼ inches wide from the spine. It has almost a 2-inch spine, so it's going to be a chunky little monkey. And it's, I've already forgotten what I measured it from this way. Let's see. And it's 4½ inches tall. So, hi, Tanisha. Ah, the thing's falling at me. So it's going to be small and fit in the palm of your hand. I was going to do a 3x3, but it is really hard to do 3x3. It takes a lot more work to do a 3x3 than it does a normal journal. And I know people are probably thinking, you're crazy, but you have so much more cutting and so much more making small ephemera and all that. So there is the outside cover. Isn't that going to be cute? Now I have some black lace, I believe. That I'm going to use as a closure on this. Oh, wait a minute. That's right. I rolled it all on spools, didn't I? Whoa. I need more space, girls. More space. Steampunk inspirational journal. That would be interesting. Maybe I don't have black lace. I guess I don't. Yes, I am making a little journal, Laurel. It is 3½ inches wide, almost a 2-inch spine. So, okay, 1¾ inch spine, and it's 3½ inches wide this way. And then this way it's 4½. So, well, we got to find something to do as a closure. It's blue. Let me do this sparkly. Oh, you're welcome. I look up and I see a question, I automatically answer if I know the answer. What do you think? Is that too much? Or this one? I like the black. Maybe we'll do all three. That would be pretty. Let's go for it. The black? Okay. We'll use that silver on some tags. To glue it in the middle. Because I'm going to put my paper over top of it. I at least want to get that part glued down. I like the silver too. I think I'll use it maybe on the trims of some book of the pages. And it's going to be in a very eclectic little journal. Basically a true junk journal, a little bit of everything in it. But the black's got a little bit of silver in it, so that didn't stick. I know. Let's see. Yeah, I like the black too. If I ever think it, I'll be here all night. So we're just going to go with the black. And if I'm here all night, my daughter will not like me. Because when I'm live, the internet goes super slow. So I told her I was going live. Okay. Now I think a piece of black cardstock would be perfect. I should have got that out. I didn't think that far ahead. That's blue. Exotic. Oh, eclectic. Yes, that's my middle name too. So I have to trim this off just a tad. So. First off, this is definitely got warped in the little bucket it was in, but it works. Cut. It's not heavyweight cardstock because I want this book to be a little bit flexible. So it looks like it'll fit perfect. I'm just going to glue up my paper. So I've been trying to get the storms, be home when the storms are not hitting so I can upload step 3 to my step-by-step how I make a journal. And every time I'm home, it's storming, so. Tonight it isn't, but I'm live, so. And I try not to do it when Ashley's home because she watches videos on Netflix or watches shows on Netflix, whatever you want to call it. And if I'm uploading a video, I guarantee you're not getting on the internet here. So, okay, I think that looks pretty cute. We're going to set that aside and let it dry. And then we have, this is the papers I've pulled out to work with. Some of them will have to be cut down, so I haven't cut them all down. Yeah, I'm glad it's not storming too. Last week it was a pretty nasty storm when it was time to go live. So I've got some old dictionary page. I just took out an entire signature out of the book. And we're going to cut it. Actually, probably just rip it. Yeah. And then cut it down to 4 1/4 inches tall. because I wanted a 1/4 inch less than what my cover is. And that should be about perfect as a turnable page. So we're going to do several small signatures in this book so that it will lay flat better. So I'm going to cut 4 of those. So actually I only needed 1 sheet of paper. 1 signature thing, piece out of the signature. Thank you, Rhonda. Okay, I'll move that over here out of the way. I love this paper cutter, Jeannie. I have 2 others. One I use strictly for chipboard, and the other one I think I finally threw away actually because it went through blades so fast that it was just unreal. And it was a Friskers too. Hi Anna, how are you? I need to get a new blade. I have blades here. It's just a matter of remembering where I stuck them at. So I also have this piece of grid paper that I've already folded beforehand. Let's do a couple more of those. So everybody always tells me the hardest part is figuring out what kind of papers they want to put in it and doing the covers. So yeah, I have several blades for chipboard, and it said on them it says they say used so that I know they're my chipboard ones. Oh, Carla, that's not good. This was a piece of a book page. Of a book page. This is a piece of a book page from a children's book. That makes more sense. And this one is too. Hey, Popo. How is Susan today? Yeah, if I don't write used on my blades, then I'm like, I have no idea which ones are my new ones because I keep the little plastic things that go over the cutter. And when you do that, then you're really SOL. So it's more of that cutter page. Cutter page. Wow. Ready for the week to be done. Aw. I am too. We're going out of town Saturday, so we chose the hottest day of the year so far for our area. Yay me. It's supposed to be a heat index of 105 to 110. Carrying ice water with me everywhere I go. Except for the ice will be melted from the car to the store. And then we have so you have to work the rest of the week, Susan? I can't get this apart. Yeah, I plan on taking a little cooler in the car with us with some ice water in it. It's an X-Acto paper cutter. The roommate cut plastic with it and dulled the blade. I sharpened the blade cutting aluminum. Oh. Yeah, I have one more day this week too, Popo. That's not very nice of the roommate. So I'm just going to fold all these and stack them together, and then we'll go through and make signatures. I was ready to leave I got up to work at 7:30 this morning, and I was ready to leave by 7:40. I walked into my office, and it was hot as a firecracker. Of course, there's 3 guys sitting in my office, and not one of them could turn the fans on to draw the heat out. And then they wonder why I'm grumpy. Yeah, the aluminum trick, I do that too. Okay, Jackie. Although I did buy me some new scissors. Your SOL club kit. I don't know what that is. Yeah, it helps a bit. They had, where did I get those at, Dan? They had a whole pack of them for like, I mean, they're not great scissors, but they work for crafting because I get them covered with glue and everything else. I still have my good fussy cutters or fussy cussers. Well, that's what I was thinking too, Carla, but I'm thinking, I don't think that's what she meant. I'm always saying, you're just SOL, get out of my office. Okay, so these are some of the papers that I tea dyed by spraying them and then put them between 2 pieces of parchment paper and ironing them so they dried. And I love how they look. Excuse me. Because it's just too hot to turn the oven on. And it's too hot for me to be outside doing all that. And I'm not supposed to be in the sun. So, yeah. I'm trying to figure out what it could be standing for. S. Please. Thank you, Dan. The only stamps or things that I can think of that start with an S is Simon Says Stamp and Stampin' Up. So I know I have way too many papers out for this whole journal, but I figure if I fold them all, I can always make a second one because stamps for life. Oh, where did I miss that? I got fixated on the SOL part. Okay, and then I have these. This is this little book right here. I gutted it and took everything out. I got this book for, I want to say $1.99 at a place called Ollie's, and I'm going to repurpose that cover. So I just took them. Isn't that pretty? And there's the other side. So see what I mean by eclectic? And I haven't even started on the old ephemera and the decorating part yet. And then there's another piece of it. And that's about the rainforest. And a little frog. I think that is a really cool picture right there. I love photography. Okay. I think I need my cutter back. Because these are too long. So I have to cut these to, I cut them at 6 1/4, and then I'm going to fold them in half. We're good. And this cutter, it does cut like butter. I'd like to have the one that has the self-sharpening rotary blade on it, but yeah, it's a little out of my budget. And then this is the papers I pulled out of a scrapbook pad from, I think it was a Hobby Lobby pad. My fingers aren't wanting to grab a hold of the paper tonight. I love the Scrabble one. Anything with letters on it and numbers makes my day. Excuse me a second. I need a drink. We have the offcuts. We can make little mini booklets to go inside them if we want. Okay, back to folding. Oh, I missed that one. We may turn this one into a tuck. So I have, when I went to that store yesterday, I bought some of the embossing folders. And I bought myself this one that I already had. So I'm going to give one away. And need to come up with a way. Let's see. Do we want to do numbers? Or not very many people here, it says. So I think a number would be good. Then I can't lose track, right? So let me grab the embossing folder. I'll be right back. Okay, so that is the embossing folder. And it's the music one. I went the wrong side. And that's just called sheet music. So if everybody will pick a number, let me write my little number down here. Out of you. And I wrote this paper folded up. Let's pick a number between 1 and 50. Oops. Once everybody's had time to get a number put in, I will show you who the winner is. So I figure everybody likes music. I've got such a good deal on them. I and share. I came home and put all my stuff away, and I'm like, oh, well, I got that one already. Surprise, surprise. Laurel put in a number between 1 and 50 if you would like the embossing folder to try to win it. And Linda. So weird. Your live showed up on my inbox, but not on my feed. Well, that is weird. I was watching somebody's live today between 1 and 50, Laurel. You're having a cat kind of night. But anyway, I was on somebody else's live, and I turned, I'm sitting there watching them, and all of a sudden, like, they'd been on an hour and a half, and I got a notification that they were live finally. So weird. Okay. Does everybody have a number in? So we're going to pick the number closest to the number I wrote down without going over. I'm just going to type stop in here. I can get my keyboard to work this time. And oh, it bled across. It is 21. When I folded it up, it shouldn't have used marker on that paper. So 21. I see a 16, which is Tanisha. So Tanisha, if you will email me at perfectly imperfect crafts by Cat. Oops, I forgot the crafts. Oh my goodness. At yahoo.com and send me your address and I will mail that out to you. And probably some other little goodies because that's just how I am. Okay, so we definitely have enough for a little journal cover. And I am going to find the natural score marks here. So like I said, this was a box. It was a Cheez-Its box. This will just help me find my, you are welcome. I like to do little giveaways. I always say I can't afford much, but I can giveaways. Makes me happy. Okay. So, just creasing this a little bit. So I know where my pages are. And we are not going to be, probably not going to be sewing these signatures in tonight, but if we just take all of our papers that we just folded, it will fit in there and it'll be a chunky little journal. Isn't that going to be cute? So we may do more than 4 signatures. We may do about one about every 1/4 of an inch. So, and then we'll decorate. So there's the cover. And now let's separate all of our papers into, this is tea stain. We've got these book pages. We've got the scrapbook paper, another book page. So I like to mix them up so that they're in all my signatures. I need to cut some more music paper. I just realized I only had one piece. And that's my favorite kind of paper. Thank you. Everybody seems to like the little books. We have, this is some vintage notebook paper that my sister-in-law gave to me. The children's book page. Whoops. Sorry if I hit the mic and that was really loud. Okay, let's move these out of the way because we're going to use those for something else. Put a little of my glue before it is dried out. So we're going to start by taking the tea-dyed paper, and then we're just going to go around and pick random papers. No rhyme or reason how I'm doing them. And just put them in the signatures. And I'm going to go with, I think, 5. Let's put a dictionary page in it. So that's 1. We'll see what, we may change that up. I'm very much a mind-changing woman. Because if I do something and I don't like it, then I'm going back and do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2. So, if everybody here that's made a junk journal, what is your favorite part of doing junk journals? And what's your least favorite part? My least favorite part is when I sew the signatures through the actual spine and it's a real thick spine. I end up poking my fingers with the needle that I'm using. One, 2, 4. Oh, dropping things. 5. The sewing is your favorite. Your last favorite. Yeah, it's so to me. I want my signatures to line up as perfectly as possible. And we all know I'm not perfect. Decorating is a fun part, yes. I think mine is collecting the signatures, decorating, and then just making little embellishments to go, or not embellishment, tags and things to go with it. Nice, Jamie. You haven't made one yet, so your favorite is watching. We'll get you there. You'll make one. I know you like using them. That looks really cool. I just haven't been able to bring myself to cut the piano roll that I have yet. I'm one of those people that need to savor what I have for a while. And then I'm like, okay, now I can do this. The one that Lorna from if anybody doesn't follow Taylor Made Journals, is that what it's called? Her channel's called Taylor's Made Journals. She did a piano roll journal that is amazing. And then Laurel and Patty and Michelle. I think it was Michelle. My brain's not functioning well. Made some on Laurel's channel Friday night. And they turned out, what I got to see of them, my internet was messing up. They turned out really super cute. And what I got to see. Of course, I like to put journals together as fast as Patty Lang does. And as beautiful as Patty Lang does. One, two, three, four. So when you use this size of paper, a five pages in a stack, it's so much easier to. Is it chunky? I knew yours would be chunky. We both have a tendency to more is better, while everybody else says less is more. Okay, 1, 2. But if you don't, Laurel, do you have if you're able to, I cannot talk. Will you put Taylor's link in the chat, so if somebody would like to see her video? Because if I go out of here, I will lose my connection, I am sure. Okay. So there is our signatures. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 signatures to sew in. What did I do with the book? Did it fall off? Oh, it's right in front of my face. Goodness gracious. Thank you, Laurel. Okay. So those are going to work perfect. I think I need to make this piece right here a little bit shorter. And that's the good thing about having not sewn it in. You can adjust your folds on the paper. And then I'll just snip that off. Thank you, thank you. I'm always putting people on the spot. But I knew you have watched her channel, and I didn't know if anybody else in chat had. So she makes some amazing things. Okay, so I'm going to start my sewing in, I think, because I like to decorate after I get them sewn in, simply because I can figure out where I want to put my embellishments at. Okay, so I'm making a little guide for myself as to where I'm going to punch the holes for the pages for the sewing. And since it's 4.5 inches, if you can see what I'm doing here, I want 3 holes. So that would be at about 2 1/4. So I'm just going to put a little hole there. And then you can do this by going like this. That finds your center. And then folding it again, and that finds your center here. if that's easier for you. That is how I actually learned how to do my holes. I think I got that from, I want to say Yvonne Preston, but I'm not positive. It's been too long ago now. So when you put this into your signature, your holes will line up. The thing you need to do is write top at the top of the page so you know what your top is, so your holes are always going in the same direction. And then we need to make a grid for our 1.5-inch spine. Try something. Yeah, we want it to be the width of this so we can have the right number of holes. I'm really not a perfectionist. I really, really am not. So we had, how many signatures did I say? 9? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 holes. Let's go. Redo my math, Kat. Redo your math. 9. Cut crooked. Okay. So now we want to take our piece of paper that we used for a guideline and put our holes on the map. Oh, I'm totally off screen. I don't know if you can see what I did. I just found my holes in this paper and then transferred my mark so I could see where my holes were going to land. And before I move this, I'm going to turn it around and write top here. So I know that this is going to be the top. Sorry about that. The top of my book. And it's going to fit in there right like that once I get my holes sewn in. And I'm going to make my holes all the way across those lines. Do it the right way. Ruler. Okay. So I'm going to draw this extra line. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Sorry, I'm concentrating. So now we're going to punch our holes. Somewhere in here I have a little mat. I don't know where it's at. Okay. I hope y'all are just paying attention and not bored to death. I'm just poking the holes here because then I'm going to be able to get these transferred to here. I'm going to use a little white pen. Excuse me, they're not. No way. To transfer them into the spine. So when I sew through with my thread, I'll know where my holes are going to go. I hope that made sense. I should title my other thing, one of the ways I make my junk journals. because I learned something from every person that I encounter on Facebook, pretty much, or on YouTube, that makes junk. And so I never do anything the same way twice. Watching, listening, and helping Crystal with her leapfrog game. That sounds fun. Okay, so this is going to be the top up here. Make sure we have it centered as much as we can. I'm looking for my little roll of washi tape. Because all I'm going to do is put a little piece of washi up here in the corner so this stays in place, and one on the opposite corner. This just helps me know I'm getting it. It's going to be lined up. If that makes complete sense. Okay. And this is just a white Jelly Roll pen. Double check it because I haven't used it for a while. I'm just transferring these holes over to the actual spine. Bye, Lauren. Thanks for coming. Hope y'all can see. That one. Right. You can use chalk if you want to, but I would be afraid I would wipe it right off. What is that pen called? Yeah, I'm still here. Sorry. I didn't see your question, Jackie. Okay, I'm just going to lift that gently so I can see. Okay, the ones in the second row. I need to make them brighter. So see what I mean? It left my holes. So now when I punch them, I know where I'm punching, because the Jelly Roll definitely shows up on the black. I know it's time consuming. Hi, Curly. Put that away. And then this is it's called a bead reamer by Doris. It's my favorite thing to poke holes through. And always makes them too big to suit my taste. I like them smaller holes. The only problem with this is I poke my fingers. I hope I haven't had any issues with it being too pixelated or too buffering too much. Oh, I know what that is. It's the second layer of cardboard where they fold the box over and seal it. I am good. How are you, Curly? Just get these poked through, and then I will sew the first signature in. We need to figure out what we want to put on the. I keep saying we because I want your all's opinions. I am making a little mini journal. It is 4.5 inches tall by 1.25 inches wide, and it has a 1 3/4 inch spine. And it's flexible. It's not completely, um, it's not a stiff hardback book. It's got some cardstock in there because it was an old Cheez-It box. Sorry, I've got some glue on my little pokey tool here. Okay. Now the hardest part for me sewing in is where this is fabric. You can't see the holes as easy on the back, which drives me kind of crazy, but I get over it. Okay. And I just measured out my holes, and I don't know if Popo's still here or not. I haven't seen her for a while. Well, thank you for coming to my feed, my stream, whatever we want to call this thing. I'm almost done with that. All right. So now we have all of our, see how flexible it is? You can round the spine if you want, whatever. So now we'll take our top. I need my string. Where my wax linen thread went to. There we go. Some brown. I know I don't have any black because I need to order it. Not sure what everyone else is working on. I started to measure that like I was doing a giant book. Goodness. So you just do 3 of the size of your book. And a lot of people will take their signatures and they clip them and do all kinds of things. But for me, I tend to find that it gets in my way with a bunch of clips. So I don't do that so much. I just kind of hold my template in there for my holes. Poke my holes through. My husband's over here shaking his head about something. I know I poked a hole through there. Oh, goodness. There we go. My eyes can't see. It was hell of a day at work. They fired my boss and gave me a new boss. Oh, well, that's interesting. That sounds fun, Rhonda. I'm glad you're off tonight, Jamie. I miss my friends. I bet. They're my mean boss. Hallelujah. So I just start through the middle hole. Oh, that's fun, Rhonda. I haven't been to a beach in 24 years.
Yeah.
No, 23 years.
All the places bacteria from around there.
The last beach we went the year after we got married to Virginia Beach. Oh, that's no fun. Oh, I'm like, why is that sticking on me? I'm more of a mountains kind of girl, but than I am the beach. I'm using my desk to put the needle through this thing because it's. Oh wow, 35 years that you've gone to the beach with your girlfriends. That's cool, Rhonda.
I hate to now. There's all that bacteria and cholesterol.
It. I went. First time I went, I was right out of high school, and so I've only been to the beach twice. Yeah, I don't deal with the sun. When you, oh, I can't believe I just did that. Okay, when you get to the middle and people do this different ways. This is just how I prefer to do it. I've sewed through the middle, back out through the end here, down across the middle, and then back through that same middle hole. You get sun poisoning. I take a medication that I can't be in the sun. Gives me an immediate headache. But and then I just pull it tight. And so there's our first signature sewn in. I don't know if you can see that. And I actually got it pretty straight. You know, I'm my own worst critic, right? Oh yeah. Yeah, that should be going camping. We used to love to do that. But as the older you get, the more health problems you find. So um take earphones and a well charged iPod or something to listen to music to and tune them out, Curly. That is what I would have to do. Okay. So let's mix this up a little bit and we'll take this one. This is the top. Where'd my little piece of paper go? Girls, I'm losing everything tonight. Mainly my mind. Yeah, I don't do well. When people annoy me, I don't do well at all. So I have to have something to tune them out. Or they will get a tongue lashing like they've never had before, probably. Okay, so this is signature 2. I'm going in through the center hole. I'm sure most of you know how to do this. It's the same way we did our journals for December daily, Jamie, on the sewing in the signatures. Now, if I wasn't making this on camera, I'm not going to lie, since I have my sewing machine, I'd just be sewing these puppies in here. But my sewing machine is not in camera view. There you go. Take the dog for a nice long walk. Is there a lake or anything nearby? I'm going to have to get a different needle. That needle is giving me fits. The last two times I went camping, it rained. The one time we had to get up in the middle of the night and pack up the tent because it was starting, the water was starting to pool around us. Yeah. And the raccoons went through the park taking every trash can lid they could find off. It was quite the experience with a young child at that. Ashley was little. And she kept waking up going, Motel 6. I was wishing that night I was in a Motel 6, let me tell you. Coons were everywhere. And I'll tell you exactly when it was. This is, I'm aging myself here and how long it's been since we did anything. We went camping. It was our anniversary. And it was in 2001. It was the 10th of, or 9th of September. We went. Our anniversary was the 10th. We came back home that night of the 10th and got it the next morning. And I took Ashley to her first day of 3-year-old preschool and walked into the building. After I dropped her off, walked into the building of my chiropractor's office and saw the Twin Towers had been hit by a plane, the first one. And yeah, never will forget that day. As I'm sure most of us will never forget that day or what we were doing. Not exactly sure what is nearby. They're taking four-wheelers, but I'm not big on those. Oh, me neither. Me neither. It was so surreal. I was standing in that chiropractor's office looking at them like, what in the world are you guys watching on television? And they turned it so I could see it. It was like, oh. And then when I realized the other day that we have a whole group of kids, well, it wasn't the other day, a while back, that the whole group of kids that weren't even alive when it happened. And they're looking at us like we're crazy when we talk about the Twin Towers. But I live in West Virginia, so we like to go to Blackwater Falls State Park. Um, we I took care of my mom and dad while they were sick, so we haven't been a whole lot of anywhere in a very long time. And then my husband found out he was sick. Oh yeah, our pets don't get left alone without water and food. My brother will be over to take them out multiple times on Saturday and make sure they get something to drink while we're out of town. Was you there on 9/11? I'm sure it was even more traumatic for you. Okay, I need to get on another subject. Somebody give me something fun to talk about. That is, I got my thread. If you can see right there, my thread went through the other thread, so I'm trying to pull it out. But I'm not having much luck. So this is what we're going to do. I'll put this underneath here. So I like to make sure it wraps around the long thread that goes through the middle. Some people put 4 holes in. I just don't. I can't. I like this little 3-hole pamphlet stitch that I learned how to do. And my signatures are always good and tight. Spider-Man. My daughter went and seen Spider-Man with her best friend. She enjoyed it. I haven't seen it. We did go see Toy Story last weekend. I'm a Toy Story person. And if you haven't seen it, I won't tell you about it, other than it was cute. It's just sad that it's over. Yeah, my daughter enjoyed the Spider-Man movie. She loves all of them. Her favorite though is Iron Man. She's seen all the Avengers and but predictable. Aren't they always predictable? Did you like Toy Story, Curly? Toy Story for me is a mom and daughter thing. That would be fun, Jackie. I'm waiting for Downton Abbey. That's the next movie I'm going to go see. Even if I have to go by myself. Captain Marvel threw you for a loop. Okay, I can't find the little hole that I punched. For me, that's the worst part about doing these books with fabric. Oh, good night, Tanisha. I will send out your prize as soon as I get your email. It'll probably be Monday. So like I said, we're going out of town this weekend. Yeah, Toy Story was good. It was good. I just have so many good memories of watching Toy Story with my daughter. It's just every single one of them. I think my husband's seen all the Avengers movies, except for what's the last one? Deadpool. She went and seen it. Okay. Yep. Have a good night, Tanisha. Thank you. Okay. We're getting there. Isn't that cool? And I'll go back and cut my strings shorter or add a little charm or something to the bottom of them. Making sure I got them in there. Right side. I know there's a dictionary page here somewhere. Yeah, okay. We're still going good. Deadpool is naughty, so I naturally loved it. Endgames was so good, but I won't spoil the ending, but I cried. Ah. See, the last I'm not a movie person per se. I did watch both of the Iron Man movies, but that's where I stopped at. But my daughter, yeah, she loves them. I'm more of a I don't know. I'm not really sure what I can say I like movie wise. Superheroes are not your thing. Yeah, they're not mine essentially. Iron Man was good though. It's just I can't bring myself to just sit and watch them. I like comedy if it's good comedy, but I hate stupid comedy. Oh yeah, I wear my shirt sleeve, my heart on my shirt sleeve. The Green Book. No, I haven't seen that one. Finally, and Deadpool is hilarious. Oh, maybe one of these days I'll watch them all. I love Downton Abbey. I like I just finished watching an older series called From Lark Rise to Candleford. I loved it too. Downton Abbey is about the early 1900s in England, about like the royal family type deal. It's focused on the life of the Crawley family. It was actually filmed in one of the yes, an American who married an earl. Do you like Downton Abbey, Carla? You're either I don't think there's an in between. You either love it or you detested it. Yeah, I do too. If you've never watched From Larkmead to Candleford, it's on Hulu, and it has the guy who played Anna's husband. What was it? What's his name? In Downton Abbey. What was Anna's husband's name, girls? Come on, somebody tell me. Uh, that's going to drive me crazy. Bates, yes, Mr. Bates. He plays in it as a dad of, and he's a Mason in that show. And it was 4 seasons. I think there was 4 seasons of it. It was really good. I enjoyed it very much. Night, Jamie. I'm loving this little book. 3 more signatures and we'll have it all sewed in. I decided I don't enjoy doing the books with super chunky signatures anymore. It makes my hands hurt to sew them in. So I'd rather do 10 signatures than do one big signature or 2 big signatures. I just don't like it. Hope I don't run out of waxed linen thread. 2, 3. I do need to order some more. Tortilla soup. I've never heard of that one. I have all these shows on my playlist that I want to watch. Yeah. You'd be surprised how many actors trying to read and sew. Oh, yeah, is there really? Sorry if anybody's chatting. I can't see chat right at the moment. The signature's wanting to give me the saying goes, case of the red butt. The more signatures you do, the fatter the book gets, the harder the signatures become. So in, just letting y'all know. Thanks, Curly. Have a good night. The one also like the 100-foot journey. I've never heard of that one either. I live a sheltered life, girls. I should have asked Curly what her actual name was, and I forgot. Or if she just goes by Curly. Yeah, I've not ever heard of that movie either. Adorable. I like it when I make something and I actually end up liking it. Sometimes I'm like, hey, I don't know what I was doing there. Oh, forgot to do the thread. Is my screen flickering? Oh, I lost the edge of my thread. Oh, that's not it. Hmm. Literally, how do you lose the end of your thread when you just put it down? Yeah, I like those things too, Jackie. My favorite movies, I've been called a sappy person because of it, is the Hallmark Christmas movies. And my daughter looks at me and they're so predictable. I'm like, I like predictability. Oh, for the love. Now, how could I do that, girls? I liked Under the Tuscan Sky. I haven't watched it. Now, Dan and I did, there we go. Found it. And Dan and I did watch a movie. What was it called, Dan? Something about the mountain.
Where the
The
guy
other,
and the girl got
the other
pregnant.
side of the mountain, or something like that. Guy and a girl was in a plane, and the plane went down, and they had to walk to get rescued, and they almost died. It was just really good. I think the people that say they're predictable are the people that like more of a fast-paced movie. I never watched The Walking Dead. I never watched Game of Thrones. Jan has forever tried to get me to watch Game of Thrones. I'm not into it. I pulled it up and tried to watch because you got to get past the first season. I'm like, but it's not me. I like my all-time favorite movie by far is The Blind Side with Sandra Bullock and Tim McGraw and okay, did I just put that backwards? That's enough fantasy for you. That's funny. I That movie though, I could watch it over and over. Are you watching? They having their Christmas in July thing. I don't know. I just can't get into it. If I could put my mind, I just can't do it. And I love what's the name of it? Steel Magnolias. I think I can repeat every line in that movie because I love it so much. Yeah, those people in that movie did amazing. And I like the movie that has what's his name? He played Rockford Files. James Garner, and his wife got Alzheimer's. The Notebook. Love it. But it was great. Those are more my speed of movies. My favorite all-time Christmas movie is called um, The Bishop's Wife, but it has to be the original Bishop's Wife with Cary Grant and um, oh, her name. That's what I call the girl, one of the girls in our office. She's always trying to scare me, so I call her Weezer. And she goes, "Why you call me that?" And I said, "Cause half a Piggly Wiggly would like to take a whack at Weezer." Yes. Aww. The original one? Yes, I love it now. It's so good. When that guy gets glued to the chair. Oh, that's hilarious. Is it Jackie Gleason that played the cab driver? Is that right? I'm not good with names. I'm not good with the names of actors. That would have been who in Beaches. Did you like Beaches with Bette Midler and was it okay? I have a friend who can tell me every actor in that movie. He loves that. He loves all the old Hollywood movies. Um, what was the name? Yeah, it was called. Goodness, what did I just say? Yeah, Beaches with Bette Midler. I love that movie too. That movie, I figured out. I did not know that you could get an infection in your heart, and I just cried and cried and cried. So maybe I am a little sappy. I don't know, but I love it. I wanted to go on a Christmas carnival and okay, I don't know how you say that. Noted, Natotish. It sounded like it would be fun. All right. We now have all signatures sewed into our little book. I sewed one in upside down. Oh, for the love. No, I guess I didn't. It just looked upside down. Oh, I do too. I do too, Jackie. I get into the emotions. I do that if I read a book, whatever I'm doing, I get so engrossed into it. And I think that's why I don't watch a lot of movies and television because I get so engrossed into it. I remember reading um, Little House on the Prairie, a long cold winter when I was a kid. And it was the middle of summertime and we had a big swing and I was sitting outside in that swing and it was probably 80, 75, 80 degrees. It wasn't cold by any manner. But I got so engrossed into that story that I went in the house and put on sweatpants and a sweatshirt. My mom looked at me like I would have flipped my ever living mind. She's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm cold." And she's like, "Okay." Yeah, I loved that whole series. So, okay, I think I'm going to stop there. We got them all sewed in. Don't look too bad. And then next week, next Thursday, we will try to do some of the decorations and put something on the cover. Maybe add some trims and all that kind of stuff. Isn't it adorable? Maybe add some charms. Thank you, Jackie. I love it. I think it turned out cute. I enjoy making this size journals because they're so cute to hold on to, and they'll fit in your purse if you really want to take them with you. I have some little corners that I can. Yes, you are, Carla. Yes, you are. Thank you, Anna. What's wrong?
I'll see you right after you.
Oh, my husband got up like he was running for something. I thought something was wrong. Um, corners. I have little corners that I'm going to try to put on here. They're for file folders, so we'll see if that works. And then maybe some charms on the ends. I think we got pretty far tonight. Little house in the big woods is in Wisconsin. Yes. Wasn't Laura's husband originally from Minnesota? Yeah, we do, Jackie. Grumpy old men were 80 miles south of the. Oh, okay, North Dakota. Okay. They moved to. I knew they moved to Missouri because they were trying to um, get the house that because it's a historical place. They want to get it shut down because they find that writings were racist.
Everything. No, no.
I'm going to end this, and we will be back next Thursday, barring any storms. Thank you, ladies, for the great night, and I will see you next Thursday. And tell Jackie bye.
I'll get some chocolate too. Sure. You gotta get to those tracking grounds. See if there's any more stairs that can set.